Hey y'all, I'm here trying to get in on my other stuff real quick. Give me just a second. Just a second. I hope you guys have had an awesome day. Okay, we're there. We're there. All right. I'm so stoked because we are almost done. Almost done. One, two, three, four, five. They look like six. Two, four, six. I can tell that over here. Two, four, five, six. Yeah. All right. Hey, bestie. Thank you. I would have responded, but I'm like, I accidentally took a nap before live. And I had set my alarm for 10 minutes and I accidentally set it for 10 hours. I don't even know how I did that. But, you know, it is what it is. My husband said he almost let me stay asleep. Because I really only had 2 hours of sleep. And that was like, I was up all day yesterday. I didn't go to sleep till like 7 o'clock this morning. And I got back up at 9. It was crazy. Seven? Oh, 07. And then I took a quick nap before I got on live. So, all in all, it was probably like two and a half hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes, somewhere around there. It's been awesome. Hi, Vicky. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You'll do good though. I don't know what you're scared about. It didn't shoot. It took me about 30 minutes to learn. Well, it took me about a month to learn on here, like to like get used to it. But I had already knew how to loom it. It took me about 30 minutes to learn how to loom it though. Just trying something new. But to get used to like this amount of pegs took me about a month to get used to. Cause it's 198 pegs. What? What? Are you published? Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Is he in band or like sports? I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit raspy. Trying to keep my nails from gripping this blanket. So cute. And today, I bet. I think it's supposed to be 8. Two, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this is 8. Oh, that's nice. That is too cute. That is so sweet. Hi, Marlene. Aw, that's still so cute. Even when they try, it's still cute when they try. It's A for effort. Hi, George. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Taya. Okay. Enjoy working on drawing. Hope you have a good rest of your night and a good day tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you, Meryl. Welcome in. Hi, Berlin. Hi. Welcome in, everyone. I'm sorry, I can't see what you're saying, but I am looming. It's a form of knitting, and I'm working on a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Thank you, Ginger. I'm so excited because I'm almost done. Thank you, Tamara. Hi, Atomic Blonde. Thank you, Susan. It's beginner friendly. It might be a little bit overwhelming to when you first start, but only because of 198 pegs. But the actual technique is very beginner friendly. Hi, thank you, Atomic Blonde. This will be something you can pick up on easily, Rezzy. This form of knitting is pretty easy to pick up. And you don't have to work on the full loom. You don't have to work on every peg when you get started. Now, the more you get used to it, you can, add more pegs. So, I've made beanies on here, scarves, baby blankets, a lot of baby blankets. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Rezzy. No problem at all. There's a lot of tutorials out there. I do tutorials, and so yeah, you'll get a lot of support. So all you do is you wrap the pegs like in a for beginners, because you can do multiple stitches on here. But beginners, all you gotta do is wrap the pegs in a counterclockwise motion or a clockwise motion, and the wrap has to be on this side so that you can knit it off to the middle. All the stitches drop through here and collect and form as a blanket. I'm getting ready to do a row so you can see. And you just have to make sure you have 2 rows on there so you can make a stitch each time you start a new row. You have to make sure it's 2 wraps on the peg. And if you drop one, you can fix it. And that's it. This is all you have to do. A lot of people think you can only wrap one way. You can wrap counterclockwise or clockwise. It's uh it's lefty friendly and righty friendly. Yes, I do a border of garter stitches. Once I finish this section off, which I only have like this row and another row, I'll show you. Yes, you can do garter stitches, you can do rib stitches. Pretty much any stitch that you can do on the knit needles, you can do here. You can do purl stitches. I know the garter stitch ain't nothing but the true knit stitch and a purl stitch. I highly suggest you start off with variegated yarn first though, because it can be overwhelming because it's 198 pegs. Hi. And I started with the knitting needles first, but I only knitted on the knitting needles for a couple of months before I started looming. I've been looming for about 11 years. I can show it to you on my next row if you like. Thanks so much for the like, y'all. I appreciate it. No, this is what Slytherin Harry Potter inspired. Thank you, Becky. Hi, Raven. Hi, Andrea. But like, I I think variegations of green pretty much work in multiple things. So thank y'all so much for the likes. Oh. Yes, Cameron. Thank you. The cozy reading corner. Yes, Raven. No, this is not double the yarn. This is number 4 weight. I'm not doubling up any yarn. Yeah, I would have added silver, but my husband is Slytherin. He asked me not to add silver. But I'm gonna put a snake on there in silver. I think he's like, this one is his. So he asked me not to put silver in there. But yes, he is a Slytherin, and I am a Hufflepuff. Wow, I know. Thank you, Cameron. Hi, Pascal. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Andrea. Um, it's been almost a month. It usually takes me a month. I'm working on a Ravenclaw one too. It's back there. As soon as I finish this one, it will be back on live. And I have like 3 feet of Ravenclaw done, and then I'm gonna do Hufflepuff next, and then I'll do Gryffindor. So I'm doing all the houses. Hold on just a second. I will grab my my number 6. I got a number 6 baby blanket. It I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but I love the way it came off. I'll say that. Awesome. Okay, Hufflepuff. But I love the way it came off. So this is number 6. You do number 6 on here. Some people prefer either number 4 or number 6. Hi, Gambia, Jambia. I'm making a blanket. This just it came out of a burgundy variegated Bernat blanket skein. This, you know, that's how that came about. Nothing against, that pride flag, but that's how it came about. I love it though. I want to make an even bigger one. But it's a lot. It takes a lot of skeins to make. Thank y'all. It takes a lot of skeins to make a bigger one. So that's why I only made a smaller, a baby blanket one. Because you need at least, that one, I had to use about 3 to 4. And I need at least about 13 to make a adult one. Hi, Mexico City. That's awesome. Okay, the cozy reading corner. I say with the round looms, you can or if you just need to just pick this one up, you can start with this one as well. I highly recommend getting this comes with, hold on, let me get the book. This comes with like the when you order it online, it only comes with this and this. So I would highly recommend you use variegated yarn. Find your old clicking office pen around the house and take everything out of, because that's all this is, an old clicking office pen. And this is a kit that I found on YouTube that helps a ton. So this helped me figure out how to take the blanket off. Even though this is not made for, this didn't come with this loom, it came with another loom. So this that helped me learn too. You'll just have to watch as I go, cause you know there's a lot of going on in the chat, and I just have to just flow. You just have to watch me flow along, cause I'm showing everything, but they were asking questions about what I was ways to get started. Now y'all will have to wait until I finish I got one more row to do. Y'all will have to wait until I finish the row, the next row. Cause if I keep unraveling it, it's about 6 feet long. So that's a lot to like wrap back together and then try to put back together as I keep going. So you guys will have to be patient and let me finish these rows. I normally show it when I when I change colors. Yes, this is different from crocheting. Definitely different from crocheting. I love crocheting as well, so I do crochet on the side too. I've been crocheting for about 5 years. Okay, when I do the purl stitches, I am going to hold them up. I like to keep my purl stitches, and y'all see this is section off. This is where I'll do my purl stitches, all but the first and the last peg. I won't do purl stitches on those. So I'm gonna hold it up so that y'all can see me do my purl stitches. My phone kind of accidentally clicked me out. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Okay, so this is how you do the purl stitch. You want to take your working yarn. This is called your working yarn, and you want it to go along the bottom of your previous row of stitches. I'm gonna call these row of stitches my E stitches, and while I'm working, I'm gonna say I'm creating a purl stitch. Okay, so you're gonna skip this peg right here. You're gonna go over here, and you're gonna go down the stitch, and you're gonna grab the working yarn and pull it up through here. So it's pulled up through there. You're gonna take the previous E stitch off, take it off, replace it with your new purl stitch, and you don't have to pull it that tight because you just want it to not come back over this here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that again. Go down the previous E stitch, grab the working yarn, turn the hook and pull it up, take it off and replace it. Go down the previous stitch, grab the working yarn, take it off, replace it. I'm going to do it one more time. Trying to keep it in the frame. Take it off, replace it. Okay, that's how you do the purl stitch. Oh, and let me show you how it looks. So this is how the garter stitch looks on the border once you do that. So I have it sectioned off because it's a drag to like do a full row of garter stitches, because you can only do the purl stitches by thank you. Hey Dan, how you doing? You can only do the purl stitches by hand. So it's a real big drag to do 198 pearl stitches with yeah, with your hands. So I can only settle for doing like about 7 at a time. I do 7 at a time. The magic number is 5. That's awesome. You doing good. So the magic number is 5, but I don't really. I feel like it still buckles. It still raises a little bit with 5, so I do 7. And you can do double knit on here, so you can do figure 8 stitch. All kind of stuff. You can and figure 8 stitch and E stitch are the only stitches that you can do with the pen. Oh, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. Yes, yes. You can make clothes with it. I've made beanies, scarves. You can make pants. You can make hoodies. You can make cardigans. You can make dresses. All of that awesome stuff. No problem at all, y'all. So once I take this, do this last row. Oh, I forgot. I gotta finish my doing my pearl stitches. Once I take finish doing this row, I will let y'all see where I'm at. And you'll notice that I only do the pearl stitches on the even rows, and I do all E-stitch the um on the odd rows. Nuh-uh, Dan. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Nuh-uh, Dan. Oh, thank you, good vibes. I appreciate the follows, y'all. I appreciate the likes as well. The subs, I mean, I appreciate the subs. Thank you, Dan. And I'm almost done with it, so I'm really excited. This will be my last week on this blanket. I have to do another row in this color, one in black, and that thick green, thick um patty green color. This is hunter green. I got started with the round looms. They're much easier. It doesn't really hurt to get started with this one either, because you see what I'm doing right now. As a beginner, that's all you'll be doing. That's all I recommend that you do. And I highly recommend using variegated yarn. So this would be all you would do. The book would tell you to do a lot of other stuff, but it's confusing. So I would recommend doing this, just trying to make stitches in general to start with. No, it wasn't complicated to learn. It's just the technique is not complicated. It's just that it's 198 pegs, so it can be overwhelming. It can be like, never ending when you first start. 'Cause it's like, when am I going to finish this row? But after you get past that point, that's why I highly recommend the variegated yarn. Once you get past that point, it's not as bad. Once you get your first one done, the variegated yarn is like it's a surprise every time you work on it. So start with self striping yarn. Try to avoid changing colors on your own. No, this pen doesn't come with it. It's just a old hollowed out clicking office pen found around the house. It still even have like the logo on it. I'll show y'all the other one. I had the other one earlier. Did I put it up? I don't know. Here it is. It's just an old office pen. You'll have to make one. A lot of people recommend the straws, but for me, I prefer these because I feel like with the pen, I can take the tip off. I can use 6 weight yarn or thicker, and then when I put this back on, I can use number weight. I'm in number 4 weight yarn or thinner. So I feel like it's more adjustable this way and more sturdy. And plus with the pen, it goes like this. So I can go in between my pegs more and work faster. It'll be like 5 feet wide. Once you finish. And guys, I do have ADHD and dyslexia, so y'all be a little patient with me. I might miss say something. And I'm trying to catch the comments as they roll up. They rolling up a little fast. Yes, this is very relaxing and therapeutic for me. This is, I spend most of anytime I go live, this is what I go live doing. Especially in the beginning, live could be a bit overwhelming. So this helped me with my anxiety a lot. Especially with I can have conversations and stuff and still know what I'm doing. And I only do it a certain way. I do it in a certain pattern so that I do it like almost automatically without thinking about it so that I can keep talking because I have ADHD. Hi, welcome in to everybody joining. I appreciate it. So yeah, it helps out a lot. I've become a pretty calm person. Yeah, yes, this comes with the loom. This is actually my favorite hook. I got a lot of looms and different brands. From to me, different brands. I don't like other brands other than this one, and they do sell them individually. So if you are a loomer that don't necessarily want to get one of these because you can still make a blanket with the small round ones. If you don't want to get one of these, you can still go to their website and get one of these. I highly recommend getting one of these because sometimes it's not even the loom or the yarn; it's the hook as well. Because the other hooks I find them a lot blunt, a lot more blunt than this one. I like this one. This one is more sharper. So most of the time, it pretty much picks up on on the first knit off, and half the time I'm not even looking at the peg. So when y'all see me when it goes this way, I'm looking at the back of the peg, so I can't even really see the front and whether I'm going into the indent or not. So that's why I prefer this hook. And there's tools in the hardware store that's similar to this too, because some people do get their looms from yard sales, and they're like it didn't come with a hook, but there's tools in the hardware store that's very similar to this hook. Okay, if you're just coming in, I am looming. It's a form of knitting. I am working on a 5 foot by 7 Slytherin blanket. I'm getting ready to show what it looks like. Thank y'all so much for the lights. And every time I change colors, I show what it looks like. But after this color change, it'll be a minute before I change colors again, because the next set of rows is 16 and this one was only 10. Hi, welcome in. So I'm gonna do a wrap on that. I'm gonna take it over here. You may think that's too long for me to be cutting all the way over there, but I'd like to have plenty of yarn to thread. I'm trying to find out what I can do with my scissors. I had them earlier. I moved some stuff around. Gosh darn. Where did you move that stuff? Oh, okay, here they are. I'll just leave that right there. But I like to have enough thread so that I can sew it back into the blanket. So I make mine that long. And I also crochet plushies. I make loom knit plushies as well. So I always just use the waste yarn and put it back into um, whatever I make. Awesome. Okay. You learned sewing when you got sober. That's awesome. I know for me this helps give me like I have OCD with my ADHD, and it gives me like that sense of control. I feel like, it can be predictable. Hi Peru. It can be predictable for me, so I tend to, a lot of people get annoyed. They're like, well, why don't you do something that works up faster? I just feel like when I sit down and work on this, I don't have to worry about it doing something funky because I'm trying to get something done fast. So I prefer working on this. All right, here it is, y'all. I got to kind of scrunch it up a little bit because it is way longer than um, the camera. So I'm going to do it like this. And there it is. And I'm going to let y'all sit there and view it. You can use, thank you, IDC. You can use number 4 or number 6. Is the most people use number 4 or number 6. I'm gonna grab my tapestry needle so I can change colors. I just do with that. And I'll pull out that number 6 weight blanket again real quick before I change the colors. Thank y'all so much. So that what y'all see right now is number 4 weight yarn, and this would be number 6 weight yarn. So either of them, I prefer this one because I've been working with number 4 weight the longest, so I'm very used to like the tension or whatever. But I love the way this came out, so I have, the way it came out makes me want to do it more. So I love the way it came out. So I would attempt it again, but I wasn't crazy about the process because it was much thicker, but I would definitely do it again. So that's your difference between number 4 and number 6. Okay, I need some black. Where's the end of this black? Where are you? Black, black, black. Okay, there it is. We are changing to black. I'm making a blanket. It would be, it depends. So there's multiple ways you can attempt a blanket. You can turn it into a tube because all the pegs are the same length or spacing. They have the same spacing. So you can turn it into a tube and sew the tube together and have a thick blanket that way, and then sew the tubes together. Like sew the ends of the tube together and then sew the two tubes together to make you a wider blanket. You can also do double knit, and that'll be a thicker blanket, and it'll be a even more stretchier blanket. And this is the other way. This is like a single knit, and it'll be thinner. So it just depends on what you're looking for. All right, I'm gonna roll this back in so that I can work with it more easily. Because if you don't, it hangs all off the table. I'm gonna tuck it a little bit. Hey friend, how you doing? Yes, Liz. I use burlap blanket yarn. But yes, chenille yarn. Yeah. Yeah, to sew them together. But this the way I have it right now without the sewing together would be 5 feet by itself. It normally takes me a month. No problem, y'all. It normally takes me a month to make a blanket. I'm going up to 7 feet. Yeah, it goes up to 5 feet wide. Let me show y'all the width of it real quick, and then I'll put it back. Cause I should have showed y'all that real quick. I usually try and open it, but I gotta flip it the other way too to show y'all. Well, no, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all from the corner to one corner to the next. So this is the back side. What y'all been looking at is the front side. So this is one corner, cause I just want y'all to see that it's 5 feet. So this is one corner, and this is going to the other end. This is midway point up in, I think up in here. It's somewhere up in here. Anyway, this going to the other end. So this is my other end. I only change colors on this end because when you change colors on the other end, this where you see this little spacing where you see the color change happens, it that part ends up being on the front side. So I'm very picky about that. So I only change colors on this end to make sure this ends up on the back of the blanket than the front. But you don't have to, of course, be that picky. But I am that picky. It's taken me about a month. All right, let me try and get it folded back in again. Uh-oh. It's a little messier this time. It'll be fine because I'm just going to leave it that way. Thank you. Yeah, I only put about 2 hours a day on it. I have a friend that finishes theirs in like 2 weeks. And like that baby blanket only took me like a week. Number four weight blankets take me about 2 weeks. For me, it's well worth it. So it doesn't. It's very relaxing and therapeutic for me. So it doesn't really bother me. No, you don't have to count each stitch. Now, if you're changing colors, you do have to count the rows. But no, I'm not counting stitches because, I have everything sectioned off. I know what stitches, the rows each time, so I'm just going. I can't stand counting, so thank y'all so much. And thank you for the likes and welcome in to my new people. Yes, I am currently working on a pink Spider-Man. I've done I've done like several Harry Potters. I've done a lot of different crochet. I've done Pokemon crochet, and along with the blankets, I'm doing like I got a Harry Potter crochet book, so I'm doing that on the side. So yeah, I made Dobby a little book to go with his with his sock up for the bigger one. But yeah, I do crochet. I love crocheting. I got a little I got this one I'm working on. So I haven't opened it yet, but I'm getting ready to work on that. So yeah, I have a passion for crochet as well. And I do freehand as well as read patterns. So I am enjoying it. I've been crocheting for about 5 years. Thank you. So I'm excited, y'all. I'm very excited to get Snoopy open. I just got him the other day, so yeah. Now if y'all want me to pull out some more of my crochet, I'll be more than willing to. But yes, I do a lot of crocheting. So when I'm not on live, most of my time goes to crocheting. Yes, I've done like beanies and the bucket hats and hoodies. I've done a couple of skirts and thigh high socks. I think that's about it for right now. I get so busy with requests and stuff that I love making plushies more than anything. So I'll stop anything I'm doing to make a plushie. Right, right. So, and I can't wait till it come out because I want to see it. I want to see it. So yeah, And I'm trying to, be in like, I'm trying to be up to date with everything that's going on. So that's why I'm trying to, I made that Spider-Man or Spider-Girl head like the other day, but I've been so busy with content that I haven't been able to circle back around to it. I'm also working on a Zazu. I'm freehanding a Zazu for my nephew. He loves like small stuff, but he loves miniature stuff more. But I told my sister that's about as small as I can go. It's just small. I can't do miniature. I lose it over miniature. But I'm working on a Zazu, trying to get him done, trying to create content and all that awesome stuff. So, and also being a mom, so it's a lot. Hi, welcome in. So I'm just trying to juggle everything, especially since the kids have went back to school. I'm like that soccer mom without it being soccer. I'm a football mom. I've always been a football mom, so I'm just all over the place. Hi, Alyssa. How you doing? I actually took a nap before live today, so accidental nap, and I'm working on like 2-3 hours of sleep. Hi, welcome in. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. So I'm making it work. I'm making it work. That's good. You doing good. Uh-oh, it's starting to hang off the table some. That's why I said it gets a little annoying when it does that. No, I promise. I promise it's not cheating. And if you ever worked on it, it's not cheating. Because for right now, well, for me, I'm doing the easiest stitch. And I don't do intricate blankets. And I work on knitting needles. And work, I also have health issues. So, whatever y'all want to say about cheating, that is totally fine with me. This is not a machine, it is manual. I'm doing all these stitches. So there is no cheating. If I were doing a blanket full of garter stitches, it would take me probably 6 months to work on a blanket, but I refuse to do that. But if you say the pen is cheating, that is totally fine because I have health issues and I refuse to give in to everyone else's opinion. So if that bothers you, then that's totally fine. I am looming. It's a form of knitting, and I'm working on a 5 foot by 7 blanket. So I'm not gonna debate that tonight. I'm not gonna that's everybody feels like this is so country other people needle knitters tend to feel like this is so controversial when it's been around for centuries. So this is not new. The only thing that's new is the pen. The only thing that's new is the pen. I crochet, I needle knit. I'm just not gonna have that debate tonight. Um, this is looming. It's a form of knitting, and I don't do very well with joking around like that either. So, if you meet somebody new and you try to downgrade their talent, it is not playing um to joke around about their skills. I'm just saying. I have ADHD and dyslexia, and I've been I am on the spectrum, and I've been played around with my intellect for very long, and I don't get down like that. So however you feel about that, that is totally fine. If that upsets you, you started it. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, so the stitches that y'all, this stitch that y'all see me doing is most of what everybody uses, and then they typically do like the garter stitch for the border. It costs about 50 on Amazon. It's to me it's pretty easy. The technique is beginner friendly, but like it's just a whole lot of pegs. So I've actually fallen asleep cuz I when I've done like a full row of garter stitches, I've actually fallen asleep mid mid project because of my ADHD. So I just highly recommend, and that was on a baby blanket, and it wasn't like a full row of it wasn't a full row of 198 pegs. It was 125, and I fell asleep. So and that's when I was changing colors. So I highly recommend that for your first time, just do what you just saw me doing, which is E stitches, and just get used to it first, and use variegated yarn. It's less boring. Variegated yarn is more exciting, and it gets your mind, going and intrigued because you never know how it's gonna turn out. So definitely get variegated yarn first. That's what I started with. I started off with I think it was I'm trying to think. It's that brown. I can't think of what it's called right now. It's a brown yarn, brown variegated yarn by Red Heart. Oh, okay, I'll show you. I'll show that in just a second. I mean, that's personally for you, not for me. Labor intensive. This is very relaxing. I'm not gonna let anyone else ruin that for me. Being on the spectrum, you'll find quite a bit of interesting things that you really like to do that drive everybody else nuts, or a lot of, well, some other people nuts. I wouldn't say everybody else nuts. Yeah, it's very therapeutic. No, I don't have a shop. I tend to just get inboxes about it. Um, I tend to make gifts, get inbox about it, and that's about it. It's very stressful for me to like have to make photos and stuff is very annoying. So I won't even like, process through the whole trying to post stuff. I just go on by my day, and if it don't move anywhere online, I take it to craft fairs. Cause this blanket it was a request by someone online, but it wasn't like a they they it wasn't an order. It was something that I was interested in doing, and so then it made me want to do all the houses. So this is really me doing leisure work. So this is not like an official order or anything. I feel like my husband's actually going to claim it because he's a Slytherin. So I think he's going to be like, you finally done with my blanket kind of thing. Right, right. I feel like a lot of people find this relaxing too. But yeah, so I started this because someone I made a cow that looked like Slytherin, and someone was like, "Ooh, that looks like Slytherin." So I was like, "Oh, let's make a Slytherin blanket." So I went to my husband. I'm like, "Do you want me? Should I put gray, light gray in this?" He's like, "No, don't put the light gray in there." So I got a feeling that he wants this. So then I was like, well, someone then asked me to do Ravenclaw, so I'm working on Ravenclaw as well. So I was like, well, I can't work on just two houses and not do all four. So that's kind of how I ended up where I'm at. So I got to do all houses, and I'm challenging myself to get them all done before Christmas. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. Yes, I feel like this is beginner friendly. Like I said, I have ADHD. I am on the spectrum, and I'm dyslexic. And so it took me 5 years to learn to crochet. And now that I know crochet, I'm more, I can do more freehand stuff. But this took like needle knitting, and this took me like needle knitting took me about 30 minutes. This took me probably like 15 minutes to learn. The only thing was I was doing the round looms are a lot easier to work with. There's not a whole lot of special things you have to do with the round looms. When it comes to making a brim, you can just double up the brim to keep it from curling. So the round looms are much easier and a lot, not as overwhelming. With this one, it's just overwhelming because it's 198 pegs. So that's the only thing about it. The techniques are easy. The amount of pegs is overwhelming. Thank you for the star. Exactly. So I've been getting into the audio books with Harry Potter because I'm always crafting. My hands are always busy. I have to keep my hands busy to keep from doing other stuff I have no business doing. But so I try to get into like very adventurous books. I've been listening to Harry Potter, and if I'm not listening to Harry Potter, I am listening to it by way of the TV. So I'm listening to the movies as well. So and I like listening to The Hobbit in the background. I'm and I like listening to Transformers in the background. So yeah, but yeah, I like listening to like stuff on repeat in the background because it helps. Oh, no problem at all. So if y'all want me to be honest about, I will be honest about it. So I don't mind being honest about the loom. And this is me just chilling, like loving to share something that has brought me a lot of peace in therapy. So that's all what this is. And I will put out there too that you don't have to have this loom to make a blanket. You can use the smaller round looms to make a blanket. There is a 10 stitch method on YouTube that you can look up, and you can make a no sew blanket as big as you would like with just 10 pegs. So you don't necessarily have to have this loom just to make a blanket. You can always also make tubes on the round looms to make a blanket as well. So there's a lot of options out there. You don't have to have this one to do it all, you know. Okay, you got your embroidery machine going. I like embroidery too. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. They go very well for me because I have OCD too, so it helps to, instead of doing like repetitive stuff that really doesn't accomplish nothing but the first one or two times maybe. I'm doing something repetitive that's accomplishing something right now. So I'm not just making one row over and over and over. You know, I'm making like rows and rows and rows by doing um the same behavior. So it helps with my OCD a lot. Like I have like the knitting machines as well. I got the Addy, the Centro, but they're so particular with red heart yarn that I don't really like using them because it makes me upset because I constantly babysit them and I work on them way longer than everybody else does. So it takes me way longer to make scarves and hats and stuff and on the machines, on the hand crank machines, because I'm like, I'm trying to make sure that it's not dropping stitches. Now I need to get all those beauty and stuff. I like that. Cause I tend to like to listen to I like to watch a lot of British shows. PBS has a collection of all my favorite shows. I'm about to get a subscription because I like Pole Dark, the Pole Darks. I like Queen Victoria, all that stuff. So I'll sit up and watch all of that all day long if I can. Masterpiece Theater, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get around to. Masterpiece Theater on PBS has like everything I would just sit up and just lose all of my time trying to watch. Yes, I want to get into that. That's something I have been intrigued in getting into. I just I have a problem with breaking habits because my ADHD is more comforting for me to like just sit and do what I'm used to. But I do want to get into finger knitting. I got all the yarn for it. I just every time I come in here, I'm doing something that I'm familiar with, and I'm trying to break that habit. I've been trying to break that habit the past year or so. But because as far as the blankets, I don't want to sit around and make blankets all the time either. I want to get into making like actual clothes and all this stuff on the loom. I can do it a little bit with crochet, but I really would like to do it on the loom as well. So I'm trying to break the habit of coming in here and just working on blankets every chance I get. But yes, I have like I don't know. I think it might be about 15 skeins of that extra thick yarn sitting there waiting on me to make a blanket, but I don't have the right colors either. I have I have like I think seven skeins of some gray, and then about 7 skeins of some random pastel colors that I found on sale. So I just need to find the right colors too. Yes, everyone likes a nice blanket. I ended up making the boys, my two boys, a blanket each last year. I was very happy and proud of myself because I only normally do about one blanket a year. So one of these blanket a year because it depends on how I'm feeling. Most of the time they take me a month, but when I'm not feeling very well, they can take me anywhere between 6 to 9 months. Also while I'm crocheting on the side, and also while I'm doing like market prepping. So I do markets as well. But yeah, so I was so happy to make them blankets because I feel like it was something that they were actually going to use. Oh, let me show you that real quick. I did say I was gonna do that. I get distracted. I get to talking. Okay, so let me explain that real quick. So here you see I have these stitch markers right here. This helps me do my border, and you'll see here I have two pegs section off. You don't have to do that. Um, Hold on, I'll show you in just a second. You don't have to leave two pegs open, but I do that because I tend to get a little bit excited and I accidentally connect rows. So I make sure that I leave two open. I used to leave one open, but I was still connecting them, so I just started doing two. So this is where my blanket opens up. So now I'm gonna show you guys because I kind of talked about it just a little bit earlier, but I'll show y'all where, because this is the front side of it. So where you see these two, this is my border right here, and I'm gonna open when I get it all the way to the other end. I'll open it up for you. But this is where those two pegs were open it, where I didn't loom it on. This is where it that opens up. So let me get that down here. Okay. Now that it's opened up to about 5 feet now. This is the back side of it. This is one corner to the other corner. And I just don't do this often because y'all see this blanket is like 6 feet wide. I mean 6 feet long. It's really hard to like constantly do this and then fold it back up so that it doesn't hang off the table too and get caught under stuff. So this will probably be like the last time I do it until it's time for me to get off. But yeah, it takes a lot to do that and then fold it all the way back up. I think I got it twisted. Fold it all the way back up and make sure that it doesn't hang off. Yes, I'm making 5 foot by 7. It's gonna be 5 feet wide and 7 feet long. I'm in the last section of my the 7 foot part. I'm in the last section of it. So I got one more. So right now I'm in like this black, and then I got another stripe of this green to do, and then this green to do. So this is all after this little black. This is as much as I have left. Once I finish the black. Hi, welcome in. And then I have to hide all the strands before I take it off, because once I take it off, I shut down and I say, I'm done. My brain is like, we're done. You took it off the loom, we're done. So I have to hide the strands of yarn before I get off too, because then it'll take me even longer to get that part done as well. As long as it's on the loom, my brain is, we're in action, we're functioning, we're not done yet. That's the way I gotta treat everything. As long as it's on the loom, we're not done yet. We're not done. Okay, thank you, Tony, for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I hope you get the chance to make one day. No problem at all. Awesome. Okay, happy birthday, Tarin. I hope you have had. Oh, it's on the 19th. Happy early birthday. I hope you have an awesome day. 'Cause I definitely won't be here on the 19th. I'll be here tomorrow. I won't be here on the 19th though. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Thank you, Benate. B Nate. It's the amount of pegs. It's very easy. It's just the amount of pegs can be overwhelming, especially when you first starting out. But I've gotten used to it, so. Okay, cool. Gotcha. B Nate. Appreciate it. Awesome. I've been wanting to do one of those. I've been wanting to do one of those. Right now, I'm working on. I started the head 3 days ago. I'm making a Spider Girl from the Spider Verse, but I've been distracted. I'm trying to carve out time because I really need to quit playing and go and make it. And then I'm gonna make Spider Man second. I'm making it 7 feet long. The benefit of it being in an S shape is because it's more convenient to work on. If you stretch it all the way out, it'll be about 6 feet long. Because once you finish working on the stitches, they kind of shrink in some. So if you stretch it all the way out, it's gonna be like way longer than the table. So it's for convenience. It doesn't the blanket doesn't end up being in any type of shape, any type of S shape or anything. Yes, it's more compact. Thank you. So it doesn't affect the shape of it or anything. It's still gonna be rectangular, square, or whatever you're making. It's still gonna be in or just a flat shape. Thank you, cat eyes. Awesome. I got a smaller one that's 24 pigs and it's about they call it a baby booty loom and it's about that big. What did I do with my baby booty loom? It's probably it's up there. Awesome. Okay, B Nate. Y'all, let me get this. Let me grab this baby booty loom real quick. I think I got the little. I got one baby booty over here somewhere. Where are you? I know you're over here. Thank you, Emma. This came from off of the baby booty loom. You um you tend to make tighter stitches for socks and footies and stuff. I don't really go that big. I don't go big or go home. The biggest I made is like 5 feet by 7. Well, I it might I have a green one, a wide gauge green one, and it might have went wider than 5, and I did make it up to 7 feet, but I don't really go that big, because most of the time I'm just making these just as a hobby thing. So I don't really try to like go all out unless it's a custom. Unless the person, somebody requested it. And then I'll, do a little bit extra then. But most of the time I'm just a 5 foot by 7, 5 foot by 5, or baby blankets most of the time. Because that's less yarn to, waste and more hobby time. Right. It's big enough. And you can make clothes and stuff on here too. So you don't have to just sit around and make blankets, but that's most of what when you see these, You will mostly see people making blankets all the time. But you can make pants, skirts, dresses. I made scarves. I've made beanies on here. You can make hoodies, cardigans, cows. You can double knit and all that stuff. Yes, B Nate. Yes. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. You can make a whole bunch of stuff on here, and since it goes up to 5 feet wide, you can pretty much make any size clothing you'd like. So, yes, you can make a lot of different stuff on here. I'm just trying to break my habit. I have a habit of making blankets. I've gotten stuck in that habit, and I'm trying to break it. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think it was Randy Kravitz. Um, that scarf rolls around every year. Every year I say I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make that very huge scarf, that unnecessary huge scarf. I hope so, B Nate. I really hope so. But that's my goal 1 year. I'm gonna make a ridiculously huge scarf, and I'm gonna wear it around, leaning to one side, knowing that I shouldn't be carrying one around, but I'm gonna do it. Hi, May, Myra. Thank you to Paris. Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping that they'll do with them. And then my mom recently made me a quilt, so we all just around here just making stuff. Oh, B Nate, I appreciate that. Now I've tried to get my kids into this, but they're boys, so I don't want to say that because they're boys, but they're like sports. They like sports and games like their dad. They admire him greatly, so I understand that. Right. I wouldn't be surprised if they get old enough and they're like, Mom used to do this. Maybe I should try it. But right now my youngest, he's on the spectrum. I'm gonna put that out there. Is spazzing about art. So, you know, I told him don't be ragging on art, and he apologized to me personally for ragging on art. But he's like, I still don't see the point. So I was like, I appreciate that because you're like, he knows I'm an artist, so he's like, I apologize to you for that, but I still don't see the point in art. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yeah, I crochet too. I love crocheting. I need to find time to finish some projects. I won't never move on to other stuff until I finish the Zazu, um, and this blanket at least. If I just gonna get a couple of things crossed off my list, I'll be fine. This is a Afghan loom. But you don't have to just, make blankets with it. You can make more than just blankets. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. KB Afghan Loom. I really have a passion for all things craft, and I just, you know, I pretty much do anything crafty. I like cross stitching. I like hand embroidery. Um, I like punch needle. All that awesome stuff. I want to learn hook needle. Thanks so much for the like, y'all. Yeah, I've never tried those, but yeah, definitely the loom bands. It normally takes me a month to make them. Yeah, I kind of frustrate my husband with that because I get to I just have so much stuff back here. Cause I paint and draw on the side as well. I'm trying to swing that back around because I've been itching to like draw and paint lately. So when you in the mood, you just gotta go and do it. But yeah, I'm just some of everything. I think that I used to make jewelry a lot too. So I started off in jewelry, and that's probably one thing that I won't really want to circle back around that often. But every once in a while, I'll play around with some jewelry because I still have all my stuff back there. Awesome. Okay, you found your Xmas gift. That's good. I think I might make my little cousin some a bucket hat because they've been asking me for a minute, and I was showing them how to crochet over the summer. So hopefully, that'll be something like a reward for their hard work because they've been working pretty hard. So I love to see kids get into it. Okay, you make embellishments. That's awesome. I like paper quilling. I love paper quilling. I wanted to get into that one at one point too. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I've tried origami before. I've tried teaching kids origami. I've just been some of everything. I like doing pottery, but I can't really throw the pottery anymore. So I'm trying to figure out a different way on how to do pottery. I would like to do the wheel, but I'm like, I'm trying to save up for all that awesome stuff. Hey, Sandy Dandy, how you doing? I normally stream for about 2 hours. And I announce it about like 15 minutes when I get ready to like get off. So I shouldn't be on here a whole lot longer. I know it'd be some people be like, honey, I can't hang with you. I used to do it for about 3 hours though. Yes, I started, if I'm not mistaken, I started the Ravenclaw blanket on live. So I leave all my live replays up. I have tutorials up and everything. So yes, I do tutorials and stuff all the time. And there are two live replays. that starter blanket. So hopefully it won't be that hard finding them. I might need to relabel one of them, how to start a blanket. I know the other one is how to start a blanket, but you know, it would help if I had the other one named that way too. Oh, Sandy. Okay, you camping? I like camping. Although I ain't never been camping, I like the thought of camping. Me and the mosquitoes might not agree with each other, but I like the thought of camping. Hi, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. I hope tomorrow is not too bad for you. But camping does sound fun. In the right environment with the bugs. If you can do something about the bugs. Now the mosquitoes. Let me be more precise. The cause the other bugs probably not as bad as flies and mosquitoes. You know, probably maybe ticks, but you know they don't come in numbers. Seem like. Okay, cat eyes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hola, Fire 812. And as y'all see, like I said, I got ADHD, so I just be going off into somewhere else often. So I be trying to ring myself back in. But yeah. But when I come on live, I'm trying to accomplish a lot. So I don't do under. I try not to do under 2 hours. I used to do 3 hours all the time, but I have health issues now, so I'm not able to sit as long as I used to. But I bought some stuff that maybe help with that. We'll see. I'm gonna try and do 3 hours one day and see how that works. I don't know. I don't mind you asking. I'm looming. It's a form of knitting, and I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Thank you, pretty boy. Okay, cool. Oh, not bites from ants. Cause that's usually why I don't use off, cause it bothers me. It feels like you'll spray your clothes and it still gets on your hand. I'm just like, I only sprayed my clothes. Like, why is it on my hands? You know, or my legs and stuff. So it drives me nuts that it gets everywhere. But I can't tell that it gets everywhere until I start to use my hands for stuff. You know, go to eating and all that stuff, and so that drives me nuts. Yes, yes, pretty boy, yes. I don't want to say it's the vein of my existence, but it's definitely the show. It's the show. Most of the time, I don't mind it. I've come to not mind it. No, it's not. It's not really hard to do. It's just the amount of pegs makes it look like it's too much. The technique itself is very easy, but the it's 198 pegs, so it makes it look, more than what it really is. So it's getting used to the pegs. The techniques are not bad at all. I always say just play around with the E stitch first. And that's what you're about to see me doing. Play around with that stitch first until you get used to the loom, and then start doing all the other stitches. Right, me too, Sandy, me too. Oh, that sounds fun. Angel, that sounds fun. Now you make me want to do it. I gotta figure out how I could do something like that though, cause it's this is not mine. I'm just, but I would like to customize mine. I think that sounds cool. I could, if I could figure out how to get that done, that would be cool. Yes, me too, Bree. Yes, yes. I swear, it gets me every time. Gets me every time. Y'all got a little less than 15 minutes left. I was supposed to tell y'all the 15 minutes, but I got a little distracted. There go that train, and I mean, it is really singing. Um, Thanks so much for the likes. Thank you, Sandy. It was good hearing from you too. Look, I would have responded earlier, but I fell asleep as soon right after I posted that video. I, fe- I fell asleep and took a nap. I accidentally took a nap right before live. I'm I've been working on this blanket for almost a month, and no, it's not. It's not for anyone in particular that I know of. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when I started it, I was just making it. But then my husband is a big Slytherin person, and he asked me not to put silver in it. So I think he's like secretly hoping that it's his. So that's why I was like, I'm not sure if it's for anybody, but right now it's just a hobby. It's just me making sitting around making a blanket. I'm making a 5 foot by 7 blanket. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. But I really have a feeling because he took my first blanket, and I haven't seen him under it since I asked him about the colors of this one. So I got a feeling that he's gonna be like, okay, you done with my blanket yet? You know, because he's gonna have to help me drop this blanket because I can't drop blankets anymore. I'm talking about like hold them up and let them fall down. On videos, he has to hold them up and let them fall down for me. So um, he'll know when it's done. But he specifically asked me not to put light gray in it. Right? Who want it? Who want it? And I'm making all four. So I'm making all four of the houses. So we'll see what happens to all four of them. But I honestly think this one is gonna be the first one that's gone. Yes, I'm using number 4 weight yarn. Thank you, Violet. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have this one very long. So I'm going to do one more row, y'all, because it is nearing my time. I only really got 10 minutes left. So once I do that last row, I'm going to unfold it because it's the end of live and let y'all see how far I am, and then kind of do a little explaining of how it ends up being 5 feet wide because I tend to get those questions. And right now I'm doing purl stitches, just in case y'all are curious for my new people. And I will be back tomorrow. I normally go live from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So if you want to give me a sub and come back and hang out with me tomorrow, I come on Mondays and Tuesdays for 2 hours from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So if y'all want to come hang out with me then, y'all can. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. But I'm so ecstatic because I'm almost done. I'm almost done. No, it's just something I felt like doing. I don't um I don't like changing colors very often. So I try to give it a nice even flow of color changing so that I'm not tying the ends in as much and trying to hide them often. So I try to choose the right amount of rows and stripes so I'm not doing all that. Now I am thinking about doing a blanket where I do 5 rows and just leaving the strands hanging out. We'll see because I've seen those and I like them. I think it's something I can do. It's called a KB Afghan loom. Thank you, Ashley. KB Afghan loom. Now I'm just gonna remind y'all I have ADHD, so I tend to like over explain. So so just bear with me. It's late in the evening, you got a girl on live over explaining. Who may be ready for bed while she's on live, but then when she go to bed, she her mind is wired. So thanks so much for the likes. And also, this Loom is it should be tagged under the live. So if you want if you're having a difficulty finding it, it does come off of Amazon, and it should be tagged on for Amazon under the live. The only thing I'm gonna recommend if you're new to it is to make sure you take a old clicking office pen and take everything out of it, thread your yarn through, and use variegated yarn. Those two are so important. And really, this this lazy Susan I'm working on top of is important too, because if you have any health issues, it'll keep you from constantly untwisting and twisting your blanket. So just putting it out there. Thank you, Ashley. So I'm just putting that out there. Everything that I use, I try to make it very convenient for me because I have I have a pinched nerve in my neck, so it makes crafting more difficult for me these days. So I try to make everything as convenient for me. And I'm not a person that sits up and spends money either. Thank you. Hey, Alyssa. Thank you. Um, I'm not a person that sits up and spends money, so I'm not gonna be like, you should do this, this, and that. I'm just gonna make recommendations, and I'm gonna be honest. Because I know there's been several times people were like, this blanket, the loom costs too much. Just get you a couple of round looms. They do. You can do the same thing, except for you can do the 10 stitch. It'll be pretty much a garter stitch blanket, but you can do the 10 stitch and do the make you a blanket as big as you like. So you don't necessarily have to buy this loom to make a blanket. So I tend to say that. So just putting it out there. And you can search up 10 stitch, looming 10 stitch on YouTube and find what you need. I've never done them. I keep saying I'm gonna do at least one of them as well. But I've never done a 10 stitch, but I've heard a lot of good things about the 10 stitch working up faster. Because you working on 10 stitches at a time, I bet it's less mentally taxing, so that it will feel like it works up a lot faster, and you'll be more encouraged to work on it too if you're only doing 10 at a time. So thank y'all so much for the likes. I am nearing the end of my live. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and keeping me company. I will be back here tomorrow. My plans are to be back here tomorrow from 8 to 10 p.m. Central, doing the same thing because I want to go ahead and get this blanket done. I hope to make a drop this weekend. And I would say Wednesday, but every time I put a date on it, you know, it don't go as planned. And I gotta hide all these strings. on the end. So that's a whole nother annoying thing that takes time. So that's another awesome thing I got to do. But anyway, hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. My normal live schedule is Mondays and Tuesdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. And I'm gonna push all these pegs down. Then I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like so far. Move some of this stuff out the way. Hi, Silas. Good night. Okay, I've got it down. And we're gonna unravel from this side. I'm gonna move it up like this. I'm unraveling from this side because that way I can open it up and show y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all. So I can show y'all the back side. This is the front side of it. And this where y'all see me have those stitch markers at. This is the back side. So this is from one corner. Yes, yes. It's very relaxing and therapeutic to work on, so I highly recommend. Yeah, so it goes up to 5 feet wide. You can double knit it and make it 2.5 feet. Um, or you can make it into a tube. So you can do a lot with it. So you don't have to do like single knit. You can double knit, and with double knit, it doesn't curl. With single knit, you have to do this garter stitch border to keep it from curling up. But that is my time, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. We'll be doing the same thing and knocking this blanket on up out of here. I hope y'all have an awesome rest of your night. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for keeping me company. Bye. Night night.